All right. On this episode, we are joined by an AI advocate, lover, friend of mine, travel buddy, Mark Latimer. He is the owner of artofchatgpt.com. And yeah, really excited to have you on today.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here and looking forward to learning a lot and brainstorming ideas.
Awesome. Yeah, so for the people watching, give me your 2 minute rundown of what it is that you do.
So I am the head instructor at artofchatgpt.com, where we teach people about AI and how to use it for their business. We focus primarily on ChatGPT. We've built some great courses, and we've got a free one that just launched called iPhone Mastery for ChatGPT, and we encourage you to check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that the idea of using AI, the idea of using ChatGPT, there's a lot of buzz, there's a lot of hype. I can say firsthand, like I've taken some of Mark's training at some of the live-in stuff in Mexico, and just, that, hey man, how do I do this damn thing? And us, jumping on and troubleshooting problems in my own business. He is the person who has led all of my chat GPT and AI knowledge so far. So someone is like, oh, you know what? I'd love to start deploying this. I know that I could use it. What will they find in that first course?
Well, the first course is primarily focused on accessibility and getting you in the habit of using it. So we focus the first course entirely on just using ChatGPT on your iPhone. And it sounds simple. You can download an app, you can install it. But how often do we have apps that we don't go back to? This course ensures that we approach it from a place of gratitude. My business is Grateful AI. And anytime you're using technology from that place of gratitude, you'll likely use it more, be happier about your experience with it, and get better results. So it's a foundational course. If you have an iPhone, if you want to get better at ChatGPT, I'd suggest starting there. And we just try to have a lot of fun too. Like there's some courses out there that can be a little bit stale, not interesting. We've put a ton of time into editing to make sure that you're going to get a captivating experience and want to continue to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. And I took let's call it the unofficial version of the course, the how do I get people who are like afraid of this platform, who don't no idea really what they're doing, who've used it a few times and like, I don't know, I didn't get what I need. You were the one that made me delete, the browser from my phone, right? I use ChatGPT. It's the first widget on the bottom left of my phone. I haven't used a Google search in a decent amount of time now as my primary thing, and a lot of what you teach and a lot of the way that you make the platform and make these tools accessible is incredibly helpful. So I haven't seen the official course, but I know I was part of the unofficial course launch in terms of training, and I mean it's really changed the way that I do a lot of things in my business now.
Well, I can appreciate that. AI is really the art of intelligence. It's how we think about the tool, how we approach it. So I'm very appreciative that you had a chance to take a peek under the hood, and excited to roll out more great training.
Perfect. So let's talk about the goals of this thing. So you've got, the free, the free course. You've got some fundamental courses. You're launching more. Tell me about where you're going with the brand as a whole.
So ultimately, I want to serve a lot of people. This year, our goal is to serve 3,000 solopreneurs in some capacity. We've got a bunch of free training. And I think if you haven't used ChatGPT before, uh, right now, pause this, just download it. Make sure it's the official app and just start to use it. It's like anything you learn to play the guitar one step, one song at a time. And for our brand, where we're taking it is really to be the art of ChatGPT, that creative aspect of approaching it from a place of gratitude. And I think if we do that, then we'll be in a great position to help a lot of people in a holistic way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think functionally, when I think about some of the processes that we were doing or that my assistant were doing or my media, like I have this incorporated across everybody now. Like we've enhanced our team's ability to work and think and create by 10x. I mean, we would, what would we do before? Watch some YouTube videos, try and get some insights. We'd read a bunch of blog posts or pay for some templates around some subject matter. And now we can be like, hey, hey robot, we're trying to accomplish this thing and here's the parameters, and like, just honestly, just give us a place to start, give us a sounding board, give us a take us away from the blank page. I had this conversation with someone the other day, and it's like, when I go to write content, if I'm staring at a blank page, it's game over for me. So the only way it works for me is I have an experience on the phone, I record a voice note, and I'm like, okay, this is what happened, this was the takeaway, this is the valuable aspect, and that's how I write my newsletters. um, but when I'm faced with just a blank page, it's such an overwhelming feeling for me, and I truthfully, I procrastinate or I shut down. And so some of the stuff that I've learned through you in terms of like building out even just content ideas, or getting a baseline started, or having it ask me questions that sparks better content. Like, there's so many ways to get off that blank page and to like get your feet get in motion, which is so critical when it comes to creating, especially as a solopreneur, where we've got other fires to put out. There's things burning all over the place, right? And so the more we can not procrastinate on things like content, like streamlining operations, there's so many of these pieces that we can leave them, but like ultimately they hurt our growth. And so yeah, I really appreciate some of the work that you've done there, because it's you get overwhelmed and you walk away from the computer. You always have a million emails to look at, people to follow up with, things to do. But when you put away these big things and you don't take action on them, it's over time it piles up. That's for sure.
Well, we're usually only one, two, three, couple people in our organizations, right? And some there's a lot of pressure, and a lot of people don't talk enough about the mental health aspect of how these tools can support solopreneurs. If you let ChatGPT know what you want your three big wins to be that day, and then you debrief with ChatGPT at the end of the day, you're going to get positive feedback and that feeling that you're making progress, because not every day feels like a win. But when you have the support of a really intelligent business partner in your pocket, there's no reason why you're not trying to explore the ways that it can give you the right quote when you need it. We all
Yeah.
have our favorite inspirations. Today, I had a couple Zig Ziglar quotes that were just exactly what I needed, but I didn't need to go to YouTube or Facebook. Or Facebook, I guess you could go there for it. I meant what is the other source? Anyways, it's just information at your fingertips. And the more you use the tool, there, I feel like there does need to be a little bit of a guide. If I knew what I knew, I sit down with my mom, and she's here in Florida with us. And it's great. I love just teaching her, showing her a couple things. And for her, she'd never have access to this information. So I feel like uh, anytime I can teach someone even the smallest thing that can improve their life in a better way, uh, I owe it to myself to do that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, perfect. Well, that brings up our big topic of discussion today, which was kind of the marketing of this thing, right? So, 3,000 people, obviously some of them are going to come in on the free tier, some of them are going to move to your more advanced courses, or your more specific courses, for editing, for all the different types of things that you're building out. In addition to that, I know that you do some private training stuff where it's, hey, let me kind of dive in with you and be your direct guide, which some people will appreciate over pre-recorded content. Depends on who you are, but I like that you're building it out for like kind of everybody, right? You're kind of building something that each person with each learning style, with each depends on how much time or budget they have, you've kind of got a little bit of something for everybody. But let's talk about how we get to 3,000. I've got a couple ideas like bubbling around in my mind, but do you want to start with like how you're thinking about it, and then I can maybe enhance it, or do you just want some random ideas from me? What feels better for you?
So to get to 3,000, for starters, it's got to be a great course. Like the meat needs to be there, right? It's really got to add a ton of value. It needs to be well done. So we're putting a lot of time in up front to continue to listen to our feedback that we're getting from the initial beta users. Um, so the out of each one of those, we're doing kind of exit interviews, I guess,
Yep.
and generating some content from those that should serve as at least ways to, when we do get people to visit, that they're turning into active users. So really looking at that, optimizing that point. I do have a podcast where I interview people. I haven't started to leverage that to point people to this free course yet, but I'll be doing a ton more interviews, and also maybe interviewing people that are might have large networks with very specific audiences that would be solopreneurs, people who fit that kind of profile of they have an iPhone, they'd like to master ChatGPT, and they're predominantly US based is what we're focused on.
Yeah, and I suspect one of the conversations I'm having with one of my courses is there's a guy who helps authors. They helps people become authors, and they do like they do everything. They help with the writing, they help with the publishing, they help with the marketing. And one of their services is, hey, we'll get you on a bunch of podcasts. So I reached out to them and said, hey, I have a course that's called How to Get Booked on Podcasts. For your people that aren't going to pay you for the service, why don't you sell this course? It's already done, it's already quality. You take a percentage, and then I'm not competing with him, because if they're not going to pay for them to do that as an agency, and same thing with a few PR firms that are on board with it too. It's like, who is selling something complimentary, whose audience would love what I do, where we're not fighting for dollars. We're not crossing over with any of the tasks or aspects of our programs. It's like, these guys help people publish books. So this podcast course is part of the marketing engine, and they don't have a course. So it's almost like a why not? I'm not going to steal them away to start running other campaigns or help them write their next book, right? Mine's just how to get on a podcast. But he can sell that for whatever price he wants. And as long as I get, whatever dollar amount I need per course, it's a great partnership. And I think you could probably open up to that as well. People that have, you know, whether it's, they do training for, this is people that do like done with you, or done for you kind of marketing agencies. I imagine those people have tons of clients who are kind of supported by them on a regular basis. I think getting in through them and saying, hey, I've got this suite of products that can help their agencies run more efficiently as a small team. Why don't you, come on the pod, we'll chat, I'll show you it. And then it's almost like, why don't you sell it as part of your program, 50-50 rev share? And then that's a channel for you. You don't even have to lift a finger on.
Yeah, that's a great idea. People already have tribes, right? So tapping into other people's communities that they've already built that trust and can save a lot of time. So
Yeah.
that would definitely be a interesting approach.
And the thing I love about the digital product side is like you have an asset that's $0 to share. Like that's the best part, right? So, but anybody that I'm like trying to get on board with the podcast course, they're like, "Oh, how much is it?" "Oh, it's 375." Cool. Yeah, I'll just shoot you over a copy. And they're like, "Oh, you're giving like it's almost like, "Oh, you're giving me something for $400." Like that's so awesome that you're just giving it to me. But the truth is it's already recorded. I've already made my money back. I made my money back in the first 4 sales. So now I can give this away strategically. One other thing you could think about as well is like, um, conferences, things to do with associations, or giveaways and stuff like that. Hey, I will donate, 10 of my courses that are X amount of money to you, giving it for a prize for, at a conference as part of a giveaway or part of a whatever. So the nice thing about having a digital asset like that is it's zero cost for you to donate them, gift them, give them away to the right people strategically. So it's like, hey, person that owns a big tribe, let me give you 5 of these to give to your top people. Get the feedback, see what they say, whatever. And then if you like it, if they like it, then let's build an affiliate thing. So you can build that trust, you can build that credibility with almost nothing lost from your side, really no time, no energy, which is
I,
awesome.
I love the idea of a gift. A question that I often ask myself is, what's the grateful thing to do? And gifting is totally in line with our values. Um, Also, early in the course, I do a whole video on approaching this learning with gratitude. So I feel like there's a place of people that may be a bit more into um, mindfulness, spirituality, that don't mind taking a moment to pause and reflect at the beginning of training and set the right intention. That's not for everyone, but for those that enjoy that, this is a great place to get this kind of training.
Yeah, yeah,
So a bit of a
absolutely.
differentiator, but that's just who I am, right? Everyone's going to be a little different in how they teach and approach things. So, um, yeah, while I'm using my teleprompter, I'll take a moment, and I've got the Elgato prompter. Mike's probably going to have one pretty soon,
So
and
jealous. I want it
I'll
so
do one
bad.
of these, and I'll just take a breath between delivering lines. So each time there's a new paragraph, I've kind of grounded myself again, forgot about the last one I made a mistake on, and give it another shot.
Yeah. Yeah, recording courses, man, it's like it's such a challenging thing. Like I remember when I was doing the How to Get Booked on Podcast one, there were some recordings that were like an hour and 28 minutes, and I was sending them to my editor being like, so this is gonna break down into about 6.5 minutes worth of content. So I'm sorry in advance. Like it's exhausting. It's so, so hard. So I'm actually excited about the prompter because I think that's gonna cut down we don't have an affiliate link because they don't have one, but it's the Elgato prompter. Mark's on it, which is why he looks like he's staring deeply into your eyes, and I'm trying to do the same. But it's yeah, it's a cool device that I'm excited. I just got to figure out how to get it to Mexico here.
Yeah, it is. It is really good. There's few products that come out that I'm just all for, and this one, eye contact, I think is so important. And if you can, I'm standing here, I've got this tripod at eye level, and I just feel free. I can move around. When you do a lot of Zoom calls, especially, I do have my laptop right here in front of me, and I'll often take it outside of this room to just do some work from a coffee shop, and I'll do that work sitting. But then daily, I'll do walks with ChatGPT that I'll get business advice, strategy, the brainstorming session by the pond, watching the ducks. These things revitalize you, and you get back to work. And if you have to sit down, it's just another way to work. And I feel like um, this course, if done effectively, should market itself. And I know that's kind of a overstatement, but when it's good, it will do a lot of the work for you.
Yeah. On that, because I do agree, and I think a lot of courses are done very haphazardous. They're done very like I'm just gonna put a bunch of recordings from my previous conversations. I remember I took one a personal branding course from Gary Vee, and there was no direction to the course. It was literally just YouTube videos, like in some sequence, and like they didn't really connect together, and like it was very, I don't know, just half-assed. And so I think something where it is intentioned and it is direct and it is fast and it is purposeful and it is helpful. I mean, it's the power of that is incredible. But on the back end of that, one thing to think about is like one person loves it. Okay, so and this is the truth about how people show their appreciation for things, right? I buy a thing and I'm like, "Oh, that was really great. I loved it." And I put it in my back pocket. And if I'm talking to someone who's like, "Oh, how'd you learn this?" "Oh, I took this great course." But most people don't go out of their way to do it. It's not natural. Whereas, you go to a restaurant and you have a terrible experience. You buy some program. The next time you see the guy's Facebook post, you're like, man, this is such a dumpster fire. What a waste of time. 9 hours to teach me what could have been done in 20 minutes. And so, one thing is like, yes, it can sell itself, but how do we give that a little bit of push? How do we give that a little bit of like thrust in the right direction, especially as we're scaling? So a couple things that come to mind, some ideas that I'm playing with for myself is making sure there's an automation post purchase for like, hey, they got to the end. hey, our, and it's like in that, I like the idea of the grateful kind of terminology. Hey, listen, we want to get this out and help as many people as possible. We'd be incredibly grateful if you could write a review or do a testimonial or whatever the case may be. So like getting that social proof on the back end, kind of a standard idea, but like approaching it from a like, this is going to help us help more people. We'd really appreciate this. I found has gotten me like really good responses on it. And then to compound that, and I think even more effectively, what I've been playing with is like not affiliate necessarily, but I don't even know what it would technically. I guess it's called affiliate, but without being like a monetary reward. But what I'm thinking about, like for my email list, I put in this little thing that's like, hey, here's your link to share this. If you get 20 people to sign up to this email list, I will give you a free half an hour of my time. We'll go deep. We will like solve a big problem in your business. And normally I would charge like for an hour, I've charged up to $1,000 basically for 1 hour. Now I do a lot of work that goes in ahead of that to make sure like that hour is like a killer hour. But like, what is that mechanism for you where it's like, hey, get 20 people to sign up for this course and you will have, all of the courses for free, or you get this program for free, or, like give them the benefit of more products or more things within your ecosystem, because if they really liked it and that one thing helped, it's likelier if you make it easy, if you make it a one click event, hey, I'll put it on my email list. If I get 20 people to sign up, I get a bunch of stuff for free from Mark, which is going to help me. And then that helps get the thing out there. So I really like that idea. It's like I'm using it for my newsletter right now, which is like just one click, just share this link on your social, share this link in your emails, whatever. You can get some people on my list, like because I know that, for every 20, 25 people on my list, I'm gonna make, let's call it an average of like $275. Whether that's a course, whether that's a one-off consulting, doesn't matter. But like, so for every 25 people, I'm gonna make money. And once you have that measurement, once you know how much a subscriber or a free course person is worth in the big picture, sometimes it takes time to figure that out. But once you know, then it becomes, oh, okay, well, I could run Facebook ads, or I could just give away that monetary thing, which is free for me anyway, because the course is already there. And so like leveraging that and knowing I'm going to give away, $300 worth of stuff for every 20 people that you bring to me. The power of that is really great because it's social proofed marketing, which is great. It's not you posting saying this guy said it was good. It's that guy posting saying I took this thing, it was great. You should check it out. I mean, that is going to convert at a really good rate for you.
Yeah, so much to think about. There's no shortage of different things that you can apply. I'm curious, if you were to advertise this on, say, Instagram or Facebook, how would you approach it?
That's a funny question and a great question. So my Sunday newsletter, this is unrelated. I know we know each other. My Sunday newsletter is a screenshot of a bunch of promotions. If you're listening, I apologize. A bunch of promotions for chat prompts. And I've been taking screenshots of all the dumbest ChatGPT prompt promotions on the internet. And I'm going to write a post on Sunday like how to not sell AI training. And again, wasn't inspired by you, is completely separate. It's because I see them all the time, and every ad is like, "Hey, here's 1,000 prompts, and it's going to cost you $27." And it's like, I don't want 1,000 prompts. You're not
Yeah.
speaking to me. You're not like, as a solopreneur, I don't need 1,000 more things to do. I don't
Hmm.
need 70 hours of course material. I was trying to learn something about ads the other day. I just wanted to like do a bit of a refresher. I haven't run a campaign. I've strategized on them, but I'm not in it anymore as much, right? And this course was like, yeah, there's like 85 hours of material. I'm like, who wants to I want 1 hour. Like teach me the thing in one
Yeah.
hour. Let's get it done. And so
Give
here's what I
give
would
me 10 prompts that are the must-haves. And
Yeah, and so when I think about whether it's organic posting or whether it's a paid ad, I think about like as a solopreneur, what would inspire me to buy it? It's not a volume game. It's not a quantity thing because that makes me feel overwhelmed. That makes me feel like I'm never going to get through it. I'm going to open this
Same.
book and I'm going to be like, I'm not going to read 3,000 pages on this thing. I just want the answer. And so it's like, what I would do is you've got these exit interviews where people are like, hey, this helped me learn this, this helped me gather this. I would tell a story, you know, um, you know, this course helped Mike cut down 15 hours of manual labor and content creation every single week. This course taught this person how to accomplish this thing without needing to go and hire multiple different vendors or multiple different agencies to do the thing. And it's like, oh shit, that's what it does. Like, what is my outcome, and how, did it do it quickly, did it do it efficiently, and what did it do for that person? I would just give three examples because often we're going to see that in ourselves when we're reading it. We're like, oh yeah, I hate having to go to an agency for this thing. It drives me crazy. Like, if I could do it and it took me very little time, like that would be such a godsend. I could train someone on my team to do it and we would move on. And so they see themselves in what the outcome was for other people, and they're like, I want that outcome for me. Let me go check it out. Because the ad should be that teaser, that like, what's something where like I connect with it and I'm like, oh damn, if I had that, that'd be awesome. And then the landing page should expand on it and give us more like, okay, what are the actual details, what am I getting out of this thing? But I think if you're going to do content and posts, which leads me to what I was thinking about when we were talking pre-call, which is like, what do you do online to build your visibility, build the brand, build the whatever? I think what you do is you go through Reddit and Facebook groups and find people who are like, I'm stuck on this thing, I'm thinking about hiring somebody, or how do I deal with this, or what do I do? I would just record Loom videos of you building like a something in ChatGPT, be like, hey, if I were you, I would do this and da 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 da, and just give a step by step instruction on it. And then when you save that video in in Loom, you can create a call to action. So when you go to edit, you can make a call to action that's like, get all the solopreneur AI secrets in this course, and you could drive traffic from that. Because if you record a 7-minute video solving someone's problem, I think that's a fair thing to add a CTA on there saying, hey, come take this course. I do that all the time. So that would be a good way. And then if it gets viral and it gets views, you can kind of see how many people have seen it. It allows you to drive traffic. And then it's just a good function. Like, you're great at making content, and you've made the content that goes in the course, but I think, almost kind of remaking pieces of it to answer people's questions, or hey, I've got a module, I'm just going to share the module and drive the people through that. But I think that would be a really cool way for visibility and potential virality of some of the posts.
I think ultimately I'm going to have to make a lot more content before I'm going to have to make a lot less content.
Mhm.
So it's more important, I think, the habits, Do I have my blocks of time where it's just production, where, the daily rhythm of, whether it's, to your point, going through, having my assistant sort some things on Reddit to kind of set me up for those recordings, but making those bursts and recordings optimal. And right now I'm doing a lot of the editing because I'm also recording a course on how to use ChatGPT for editing.
Yeah.
So there's some hands-on learning, and I can also narrate this stuff. Um, if I wasn't doing the course, I wouldn't be doing the editing. So it's serving two purposes. But at some point, I'll be handing that off. Um, but now the training material will be all done for the editor.
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting process. I've tried to get in the habit of doing a lot more screen recording, and now
Yeah.
with tools like Descript, the AI video editor, there's a really great workflow, probably no different than Loom, that uh, you have a ton of space, so you're not missing out on anything. And I was, for a while, only recording a section of the screen, but there's no point not to do full screen all the time. And then you can just clip whatever you want out of it, but you can't go back and get that part you didn't record. So just a
Mm-hmm.
lesson learned.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's
but
honestly, that's been such a game changer for me because I was writing long form answers to questions for people, and then I'm like, this is stupid. I'm just gonna respond to everything via Loom. So I've made it a habit of like, if I respond to 8 to 10 things on Loom every single week, first of all, that's YouTube content. Second of all, there might be pieces or clips that get used elsewhere. Third of all, I take the transcripts into a GPT that I built for like my brand voice, and I'm like, write me a blog post based on the based on the content of this. And so like I'm just going so heavy on video first, and you're very good at it. Like we're both good at producing videos, so yeah, that could be interesting because then you're answering people in long, thoughtful ways where people are like, oh damn, that's really helpful. Driving actual traffic to the site, and then repurposing it for everything else. I know the repurposing thing is tough. Like to, I wish I just had someone full time who was taking everything that I did and cutting it up. It is a pain. And but I will say that like, every time I do a run of content, I've been very consistent for the last 60 days, 3 to 4 times on LinkedIn a week, um, posting Instagram stories fairly regularly. Like I just landed two, possibly a third contract now. So we're talking about like 45K generated in 10 days just because I know it's because when I'm out there, people see it. People, that was one of the leads. They're like, yeah, I've been keeping an eye on your content. I think I saw one of your ads. Like, oh, there you go, perfect. Like that's what it is. It's that repeat, repeat, repeat. Mike's that guy. Mike's the guy that does that thing. Mark's the guy that makes AI easy for us, right? And if
where's the
you
hat?
exactly. And so, I think there's a lot of value in that. And it is that trap of like, oh, I'm just constantly producing, producing, producing. But I think at the stage that we're at, where we don't have the full team, we don't have someone else that's the face of our brands. It's kind of just like suck it up for the next little bit, figure it out.
Well, if you can have fun doing it, right? Like we're we're on a journey. You've been traveling for a little while and waking up in a new place and creating some content. It feels great, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Well, we ran a little bit over. So, was there anything else that you wanted to add in as we
No,
wrap up?
this has been a ton of fun. I appreciate you and your time.
Yeah, man. And
Thanks for
we'll have to get another episode going where we do some live AI training for my community.
Yeah, I'm happy to add one thing. It's an accessibility feature. So on your Mac, you can go to dictation, turn on sound, and you can change it to um, now I have control, hit it twice, and it turns on dictation. So right into ChatGPT from my laptop, I can do long thoughts and have it turn into prompts. That's a huge, huge time saver right there.
That. Cool. Well,
Go
thank you.
change that if you don't have it set already.
I love it, man. Well, thanks so much. Appreciate the time, brother, and I wish you all the best with the project.